Today I'll have to tell my son his new girlfriend's child might be mine. Before anyone comes at me, there was no cheating. Let me explain, because even typing this feels insane. 2 years ago, I met a woman at a buddy's cookout. I'd been divorced a long time, and she was the first person in years who made me feel like myself again. We dated about 8 months. Saturday farmers markets, sad movies on our couch, that kind of easy. Our last weekend together, we drove up the coast, and I remember thinking if the timing were different, I'd marry this woman. Then my company offered me a contract overseas. 8 months, big money, the kind of offer you don't turn down. I switched to an international number to save on fees. We said we'd stay in touch. You know how that goes? The calls got shorter, then they stopped. No fight, no goodbye. We just faded out. That was it. Or so I thought. Fast forward to last month. My son tells me he's seeing someone. First time he's been serious about anyone in years. It's been just me and him since he was 12. No secrets. That was our one rule after the divorce. So when he says she's a single mom, the dad's not in the picture, and he's crazy about her and the kid. I told him to bring her to Sunday dinner. I was happy for him. I really was. Sunday comes. I open the door, and my stomach hits the floor. It's her. She goes white like she's seen a ghost. And honestly, she has. On her hip is a little boy, maybe a year and a half old. He has the same crooked left ear my dad had. The one I have. The one my son has. Then my mom leaned in to say hi to the baby, laughed, and said, well, look at him. He fits right into this family. I had to grab the doorframe to stay standing. Dinner was the longest 2 hours of my life. We passed dishes without looking at each other. She barely touched her plate. My son was glowing, telling everyone how they met at the gym, how the baby already reaches for him when he walks in. At one point, the little guy grabbed a spoon with his left hand and started banging the tray. Everyone in my family is left-handed. Every single one of us. My sister even joked about it. I laughed along and felt sick. Later, my son pulled me aside, proud as anything, and asked, isn't he the cutest kid you've ever seen, Dad? All I could get out was, he looks like family. Every time the baby laughed, she and I both flinched like we'd been caught. When my son carried leftovers out to the car, she stopped me in the hallway. She was shaking. She said 5 words that gutted me. I tried to call you. She found out she was pregnant a month after I left. My number was dead. She didn't know the name of the company I worked for. I'm not on any social media. She had nothing to go on. She was scared and alone, and she just handled it by herself for almost 2 years. Then she begged me, whispering fast because my son was coming back in, to give her time to figure out what to do. A minute later, she was smiling at him like nothing happened, buckling a baby that might be mine into the backseat of my son's car. I didn't sleep that week. I did the math 100 times, and it landed in the same place every time. The dates fit, the ear, the left hand, and the thought that kept me up at 3 a.m. If that boy is mine, then the kid my son is learning to love is his little brother. Meanwhile, my son kept texting me photos. The baby in a tiny dinosaur hoodie, the baby asleep on his chest. This little dude is growing on me, Dad. Every message was a knife. Twice, I typed out the truth and deleted it. You don't send something like that in a text. Wednesday, she called me, asked to meet at a coffee place for 5 minutes, somewhere public. She showed me the birth date on her phone and told me there was no one else in that window. Then she pulled up a photo from the hospital. The little guy, 1 day old, wrapped in a blue blanket. I've never felt grief and hope at the same time before. She wasn't asking me for a dime. She just didn't want to blow up my son's life, or hers, or the baby's. I told her I understood, but a secret like this doesn't stay buried. It rots everything it touches. My son deserves the truth. That little boy deserves the truth. So do I. She cried into her coffee and said, I know. We agreed on a DNA test, but I told her the test comes second. My son hears it from me first, face to face. He's not going to build a life on top of a lie. Not while I'm alive to stop it. I asked him to come over tonight. Told him it was important. Then last night, everything went quiet. He didn't answer my call, didn't reply to my texts. I called her to warn her something was off. She didn't pick up either. I've been pacing this house for hours with a speech scribbled on the back of an envelope, like note cards are going to save me. 10 minutes ago, my phone finally buzzed. My hands haven't stopped shaking since I read it. All it said was, Dad, she told me everything. I just need to hear it from you.